the prettiest little stadium in America. Glad to have you with us from Paulson Stadium. It's the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs and the Georgia Southern Eagles. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Hey guys, even though there will be a great home field advantage today, Coach told me before the game, he knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Georgia Southern will kick it off to get things started. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs offense will go on the attack first. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. And this guy has developed quite nicely as a security blanket for his quarterback. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Under fire. Got his man out of the backfield. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain. Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. Final game of the regular season, and you just hope this is not serious. Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. They'll send the tight end in motion. The give on the option. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Eagles offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And here's the guy they want to feed, this senior running back. Churned out more than 150 yards and found pay dirt a couple of times in their victory last game. Running it to the right. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
On the move, he fires. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
With the catch, it's held. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Georgia Southern really efficient on offense. Johnson looking to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
That's a really great play by the defender, and we obviously know the defense gave up a ton of points there last time out. Coaching staff told us, David, they wanted to be more aggressive this game, and here you go. The opening drive of the game, Great job by the defender that time, breaking on the ball, swatting it away, trying to send a message to the offense.
Well, and sometimes the defenders, they're trying to make plays. They're trying to catch it. A lot of times because of that, they misjudge the football. I like knocking it down, making sure the receiver doesn't catch it.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Louisiana Tech starts this drive as the offense goes on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick release by the QB. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield, it's Baker. Fakes to grab.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Miller. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment defense.
Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. After the penalty, the playbook is wide open on 1st and 5. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
They go to the counter. Powers through the defender. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
We've reached the end of the period. Georgia Southern is on top. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They're going to ride this running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Dropping back, it's Baker. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Trying to get rid of it. Another incompletion on third down. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So Reese, with that drive, I think...
There he goes! To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Eagles will hustle to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Makes the grab. It's Dallas. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. On the draw, it's Todd. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. On the move. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. And the Eagles kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. After the run, now to throw. Makes the grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Johnson wants to throw it. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Wants to throw it. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Georgia Southern comes to the line trying to convert on fourth down. Has to get there to move the sticks. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And the clock stops for an injured player on the field. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Got a man. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. To throw, it's Baker. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. The Bulldogs want to move quickly.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Hauls it in. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Miller. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quick release on the RPO. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Before this 3rd down play, they're going to take a moment to think it over and call a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 3rd and long, and they can get the first down without scoring a touchdown. Finds his big tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. Never a doubt. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the move from inside his 5. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. Let's start with Cincinnati taking on the number 13 team, the BYU Cougars. Back now to your game inside Paulson Stadium. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, 3rd down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the prettiest little stadium in America.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one as a return is stopped short of the 25. Georgia Southern's offense comes out to get this drive started. In a world of trouble from the start, and a massive loss on that play. The Eagles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Johnson looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll get rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo.
And, man, that has to be frustrating for this defense. You give up a big play, what do you want the secondary to do? Man, you've got to get pressure on the quarterback at some point. And he kept going. He kept having time to go through. If I'm a defensive back, I'm going right to the defensive line. Hey, bro, can we get some pressure on the quarterback, man? That's unacceptable.
Might as well give it to him again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to throw, it's Baker. It's complete. They will score. Touchdown Bulldogs. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They opt to go for two to try to tie it up right now. They'll try to blast their way in. He is stopped short, and this defense holds on to this slim two-point lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Now on first down from the 30. The give on the inside. Makes it past the marker. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Pulls it in. It's Hollins. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're finding some room. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their off?
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Eagles! His huge game continues. Third time he's gotten catered in this one, and numbers 11, 12, and 13 on the season.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Miller with the ball. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense. Big play on the catch. It'll be enough to move the change, but there is a man still down on the field. Trainer's out having a look at this junior defensive back. Holly Rowe will update us on his condition. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go, ready, go!
Trying the left side. Could be an alley. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Neither of these teams cracking the top 25 as we are in the final week of the season. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Wilkerson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, it is still a 9-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the...
Breaks into the open. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
Finds his man. It's Hollins. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. To the ground to try to move the chains. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. Georgia Southern really efficient on offense. Johnson wants to throw it. Got his man. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Eagles come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Quickly complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The Eagles go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking for space. It's Todd. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Whistles as we have a man down on the field. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Splits the uprights. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. Looking for a man. It's Baker. Makes the grab on the left. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your...
He lobs one high down the left side. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. Hit as he throws. That's caught. It's held. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Maybe some room here. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Louisiana Tech starts this drive as the offense goes on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense.
Oh, there's an alley to the left. Touchdown, Bulldogs. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
PAT unit on the field. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Inside 2 minutes to play, defense still has a couple of timeouts, but 1 first down will probably salt this game away. Got a man, it's Hollins. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's Gibbs. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Pocket breaking down. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Got room on the return. The 20. He's at the touchdown, Bulldogs. The pick 6 has him right back in it.
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short.
Red 54! Red 54!
On the move, it's Gibbs. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.